Yep. Moving up in the world. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another vlog. First and foremost, I want to thank the 16 subscribers that I got, the people who have commented, and the people who have liked and also disliked my videos. Also, people who have commented, I'm sorry, very, 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 very sorry that I took so long to return your comments and your replies and get back to you. But today's the day that we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the amps that are in the 2009 Acura MDX that I own. First background, if you're just tuning in, this is a 2009 Acura MDX base model. No entertainment, no sport package, none of that cool stuff. It's base model. How I acquired this car was out of desperation because I had an Acura TL Type S. The transmission went off on it, and my wife was about 8 months pregnant. So I wound up getting this thing. We never looked back. It's a great vehicle. We love it. And we actually do want to do other things to it, which would be wheels and all of that stuff. And that's what the channel is really much about. But there has been a request to see about the amps. Now, the background on the system. I have a Rockford Fosgate amps for mono and 4-channel. Then I have 6.5-inch speakers and tweeters. There are other things I'm going to do in the back, which I'm going to discuss today. But today I'm going to show you where I put the amps, how I did it. Now, disclaimer, this isn't a show on how to do it. If you want to install these amps, or you want to learn how to do it, there's about 10,000 videos on how to do it. This is just how I did it. Also, the wiring in the back is a mess. I have to retake it out, redo everything, and I'm also going to describe that right now. So let's get to it. All right, guys, what you're seeing here is 2 amps, crossovers, batteries, and a wiring mess. First and foremost, I have a mono amp. This is a 500 watt Rockford Fosgate Prime amp. The model is R500 X1D. And then I have a 4-channel amp. It's a Prime R300 X4, which I'm assuming that's for 4 channels. I'm not an expert on this stuff. It just was there, it was affordable, and I picked it up. The wiring, why I have so much wiring extra is because my goal was to actually take this out again and redo it. This way it's nicer and neater. All this is gonna get hidden. I just really want the amp showing, and that is going to be probably on a piece of wood. These are crossovers. These are 2-channel crossovers. And then I have my basic battery distribution box, or whatever the case you want to call that. Now, I'm going to zoom in right here. I really wanted to zoom in here, and I really want to show you guys something. Hopefully this thing will automatically focus. This is where I grounded the cables. All right. These are 4-gauge grounds, as well as the cables for the power. They are 4-gauge, and I grounded it right here. How I did it was basically I just took a self-tapping screw and I used a power drill and just put some force in it, and it went right in. There is nothing underneath here. There is the tire is the spare tire is underneath here, but the gas tank is over here, and there's nothing there that's gonna hurt it. It's pretty much empty space. That's why I chose that area, and that's that. All right, nothing touches it. I don't have any tools back here, so nothing really goes back there and touches it. All right, again, the reason this all looks like this is because I threw it in here and I was in a rush. All right, all of this is going to be disconnected. What I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to wind up taking out the back seat and putting a piece of board there, like a wooden board, and have these things mounted there as well as these. Maybe I'll have a capacitor depending if I actually need it. I don't think I do, because I'm not at that point where my lights are flickering and things like that. And if you don't know what a capacitor is, if you have a subwoofer, from what I understand, you have a subwoofer, and eventually your lights start flickering as the bass hits, you need more power. I've heard guys of doing bigger alternators, extra batteries. The other option is a capacitor, depending on what you're getting. You know, they can range between 20 bucks on eBay to $200 somewhere else, from what I've seen. They could be more, I don't know, but I'm not an expert. My wiring, like I said before, this is 4-gauge, but it'll have to be redone except for the main one. I'll need better, I'll need longer cables because it's gonna be somewhere over there, and obviously this one isn't gonna reach. Same thing for the ground. They are 4 gauge as well. I've used fairings to connect all this way it doesn't look like that, because sometimes what it is, when you install the wiring into these little holes right here, the wires separate. You don't want that. So I have an example here of what I've done. I hope you guys can see this. I hope it'll focus. All right, these are called wire fairings. They basically make it very simple to go ahead and just install. Perfect, there you go. All right, gotta love this Canon, man. All right, basically they make it very simple to install. It's just a plug and play type thing. This is actually the wiring for the one subwoofer that I have. Why I have one wire is simply because I have one subwoofer. I have the wire running up to the side of the back seat and towards the top in the middle somewhere. Obviously it moves back there because I have the actual rubber mat that says MDX on it, so the subwoofer moves, but I'm trying to figure out a way how to tie it down. I do have like the strap, I just don't want to destroy it. It's a Wolf & Hog 12-inch 1000-watt subwoofer. The model I don't know because it's downstairs. I actually took it out because I was moving some stuff into storage, but it gets the job done. I'm happy with it. It's actually from what I hear, the company isn't even in business anymore. As well as that subwoofer, I purchased it in 2003 from a friend of mine when I was in the Marine Corps. It's still in the same box that I bought it, and it actually still works. So if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it, and that's that. All right, these are actually very good wiring. These are 14 gauge. I don't need anything bigger than that. All this is 14 gauge. I don't need anything bigger than that. If you want, there's obviously 12 gauge, there's 10 gauge. From what I hear, the bigger the wiring, which is lower the gauge, the better the sound, or the easier it produces the sound. I don't know. I'm not every day. I'm not an expert, like I always say, so it's that. I have these crossovers here, simply because I just wanted a cleaner look. Obviously it kind of, you know, like really, but anyway, why I have these is, again, because I'm going to put a board there, and it's just going to be easier when I start wiring it up. If anything goes bad, I can always look back here. I don't have to go searching for things. It's either the wire or something's wrong with the equipment. It'll just make the job easier in the future, and it'll actually make this look pretty nice and neat. I also have 2 more crossovers that are 3-channel. The reason I have those is because during the holidays, my wife went ahead and purchased me some 4-inch Rockford Fosgate speakers that I'm going to put on the door, and I have chosen right here. Why I've chosen this spot is because if you look at the door, there really isn't anything here that I could probably fit a good 4-inch speaker and have it not be damaged or rubbed as much. Here is leather. I mean, I can see it right here, but somebody could bump into it as they're sitting down in the back seat. Not to say that I have a lot of people back there anyway, but here seems like the most obvious place. It could probably bounce off of the plastic inside the door and maybe give me some better sound. It seems to be hollow back here. I would put it right here, but then behind here there's nothing to cover it, so it would kind of look nasty. It looked pretty cool there, but in the back you could see pretty much what the internals, the guts you want to call them, of the speaker, so it wouldn't look right, in my opinion. That's just me. Right here it's kind of covered. It's only 4 inches, so it's about yay big. There is a cover on it that looks really cool. It says Rockford Fosgate on it, and that's that. Actually, it's a square looking speaker. It's circle speaker, but the actual mount is square. That's that. Obviously, I'm in the back of the MDX. This is the little cargo area that they give you. It's a little extra. You know, some people put tools back here, you know, flares, road signs, whatever the case is, you know, in case of an emergency. you lose this, flat out. If you're attempting to do this and you want to put it here, you're gonna lose this area. You cannot put tools back here because if something grounds out, you're gonna blow an amp. You're gonna waste your money. All right. This is pretty much now a designated area for my amps. The cover still goes there. What I've done is I cut a little hole, a little side part of the cover, and the wires just sneak in there. It's a really pretty much a simple install. The wiring is ran from the battery to the driver's side. For the battery, for the driver's side, all the way back here. The ground is obviously over there, like I've said before, and then you have the wiring for the speakers, which is ran on each side that needs to be done. And that's that. So let's go to the front now and let's look at the battery system, how I have it there. What you have here is a breaker box. This cost me about $35 at a local electronics store that sold obviously audio equipment for cars. It's 100 amps, I believe so, and it works fine. Nothing's ever tripped it, and I've had it for a while now, so it works completely fine. Nothing gets in there. The only thing is that I had to move it, so I had to re-bolt it somewhere. So in case, obviously, if it trips, this little tester is like that. There's a little sticker on it that says reset. All you do is push it down, resets, that's it. It saves you money on having to go and buy fuses. Now if we look over here, my battery cable, it's right here. As you can see, what I did, I put some shrink wrap on it. You know, bought that at Harbor Freight, and I said actually I need a new cover for this MDX here, and that's how it is. I mean, it's very simple. Nothing's important, nothing's really difficult. If you have a base mount, if you have a navigation or things like that, it's a little more difficult. The kit, if you're going to do this, and you're going to actually install a radio, I actually have a video prior to that which I'll link, and it shows how I did the radio. There is a kit out there. I don't know, I haven't done it in a while, maybe less than a year, but there is a kit out there if you're going to install a some type of radio, aftermarket, whatever the case is, and you have navigation. I don't know. If you're an amateur, I don't know how that's going to work. The radio harness, I'll tell you right now, is worthless. It is used only for power and ground. After that, that's the whole reason why this madness began. Why I had to buy amps, why I had to do speakers, why I had to do wiring. It became insane because of the fact that they don't make a radio kit for this car. Which is funny, they make an actual kit to fit the radio, but they don't make a plug and play kit so that you could just use the factory speakers, use that. That's really where I just wanted to do. There was none of this was gonna happen, but then it just got out of hand like it always does. So let's go back to the back. Whew, all right, had to put some gloves on. All right. Okay, so back to where you're talking. All this has to come back out. All right. This is just bolted on really quick. There's nothing really sturdy back there, but it doesn't move, which is very good. This also the same thing. It doesn't move, which is very good. So nothing grounds out, nothing touches metal. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. I mean, all right, but there's little wire cuttings here. The reason why I did wire fairings was obviously to keep it neat, but also to prevent this, the little cuts of wire to come out. Now, also, your tools that you're gonna need, I would get wire strippers. Not the actual, like, the wire clippers. There's wire clippers and wire strippers. All right. Why I say that is because it'll just be a nice, neat cut. It'll save you time. It'll save you a headache. So just use the tools. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Nobody's telling you you have to, but you know, that's just what I did. And just take your time. You can do this. I'm not an expert. I know engines. I don't know wiring the sound systems like that, but I'm getting there. So that's just the fun part of the journey. I don't believe that you need a big sound system if you want to just get like regular things. I'm more clarity, hence why I'm going for those big tweeters. I used to have a sound system in the past that I paid for, and compared to what I see now, it sounded like crap and it sounded like garbage. And you know, I spent the money, I was young and dumb, and you know, that's what it is. Here, the goal here is to not spend as much money and get the best that I can. All right, this purchase right here was about 150 on I believe Amazon. I purchased this, and I actually got this one off a bid on eBay. This right here is supposed to be a 500 watt amp. Supposedly it makes 610. When you order these and they send it to you in the box, in the Rockford Fosgate box, there's a little certificate on top. It says it was tested for 610 watts. This, I believe, was just at 400, and it's a 300 watt amp. There are bigger ones. I believe there's one that's 450 watts, and it'll probably come more than that. Now, those certificates could just be blowing smoke up me, you know. You know, they could just be lying to me just to say, hey, they did that. But I'll say, yeah, hey, that's what it does. I believe that. You know, it makes me sound pretty good. When you're doing this, don't put all these amps and gains up. I know that you want to put the gains, you want to get the best sounding, but it'll sound like crap. All right. There is a way, from what I understood, you have to lower all this stuff down, and then little by little raise it until you start to hear like a little whine in the speakers. Once you hear it, you stop. You know, just go back and you lower it. This way it goes away. This way your music sounds clear. It may not be that loud that you wanted, but you know, you get what you pay for. Again, this one cost me about 150. This one's just under $100 off of eBay, and it had a broken box, but the amp was brand new. It was still in the wrapper. I just got it off a bid. So here, less than 300 bucks shipping and handling. And then this right here cost me about $12 for the pair, which was pretty sweet. The 3 channels that I have down there in the basement, they cost me about 20 bucks for the pair. These I got off of Amazon. This I got at the local store, and I know that lady ripped me off, so I don't even want to say it. It cost me like 20 bucks, but that lady ripped me off. The wiring I purchased on at eBay, and I purchased about, what was it, 250 feet of wire for like $22. So not bad, and it's good quality wire. It's from Audio Pipe, 14 gauge. So I mean, you're not getting crap stuff. This is crap wiring. I gotta get better ones. The ground, the same thing, is crap wiring. I can get better, which I will, and that'll be that. Everything else besides the subwoofer is from Rockford Fosgate. The tweeters, the speakers, the mids, which will be the 4-inch speakers, and the head unit is a Yonin 10.1 tablet radio. Honest opinion, which I have another video on it, I don't recommend you buy that one. It's not a good, it's cool because it has GPS, it has, you know, it's a tablet, but it's you know, you want to say it's a tablet, it's a cheaper tablet. You know, it has GPS, it has Netflix, it has Hulu, it has all that stuff. So if I'm waiting in the car for something, I can watch something, or I can watch YouTube on it. The quality isn't that great. It's about 720p, or it says 1080, which I think is not real. It's about 720p. I'm gonna get rid of it eventually, and I'm gonna get like a Pioneer or a something. Again, I live next to a bank, so drive-through. Yeah, so I'm gonna get like a Pioneer or something like that. It's probably not gonna be a tablet. If it's an Android, great. If it's a decent one, cool. I saw one online for about $219. It's a Pioneer or an Alpine, I believe. But it's a name brand, I know it's gonna work. I've had a Pioneer double din, and I've had it in about 3 other cars, and it still works, and it's downstairs. And why I didn't put it in here, I just wanted something newer, and I wound up doing that, but it wound up biting me in the butt. So guys, that concludes the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you again to those 16 subscribers, the people who have commented, the people who have liked and disliked my video. Like, comment, subscribe. Always appreciative of everything. Even if you're scrolling past it, I really do like it. Let me know what else you want to see on the vehicle. There are other things I'm going to do. Obviously, I'm going to show you guys about that 4-inch speaker that I'm going to install, as well as other repairs I'm going to do. There's some suspension parts, and right now I have a trailing arm that needs to be changed out as well. I'm just going to change out both of them, so I'll show you guys how I do that. Hey guys, so again, thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. I highly appreciate it. The likes, the dislikes, the comments. I'll get to you, I swear, I promise. From here on in, I'm going to be checking those likes and those comments. So if you have a question, ask it down below, and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. All right guys, stay safe, take care, stay healthy. See you.